black, close up to a back. Stories, memory lane, mom survived. Turn my to red, hand on against my chest. Running on my wall, it's my way.
Up, all you motivators and inspirers, welcome back to the Trigger series. You know, I don't know about you, but as a kid, I was taught there was really only one model, one teenage model, the only way to truly become successful in today's society. And the way that I was taught to become successful is like I told you guys before, I call it the teenage model. You go to elementary school, you go to middle school, you go to high school, and you graduate, you're excited, you're finally independent, and you finally can do something with your life, so you go to college. And then typically they say you want to be a lawyer or a doctor because you get paid the most that way, so you go to college for a long time. And that's kind of discouraging sometimes because you're like, I don't want to go back to school for so long, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyways because I want to be successful, so I'm going to put in the work. And then you finally, the big day, you graduate college, you get that dream job, and then you get fired out of nowhere. And see, your whole success story didn't just ended, it stopped. Because you spent your entire life thinking that life is meant to work for somebody else. See, as a kid, it's crazy to think I was never taught in high school or at home that I can create my own job, my own passion, and then creating that job or passion, I can actually create jobs for other people. See, I find that crazy to think that I literally never thought about doing that until I started Motivist. You see, I spent 18 years of my life going to school, and I knew all the math, all the science, all the social studies that anybody could ever tell me. And I was actually pretty smart. You know, I was an A-B student, so I got pretty good grades, and I was always excited about school, and I love learning. But I didn't learn something huge. In this past year of doing Motivist, I've learned more this past year than I ever have in my entire life. And what I mean by that is I learned so much more about personal development. I learned more about myself because now I'm forced to learn about myself and finally figure out what my passion and my purpose is here, because if I don't learn it, I have nothing else to go to. See, I decided right from a high school to start Motivist and go chase straight after it, and that's what I want my job to be. That's what I want my passion. That's what I want my life to be, as Motivist. And like I said, as a kid, I had no idea you could do that. And that's why I want to do this video on how, is because I feel like most of us, 90% of the world, if you're watching this video, you probably taught the same way that you're taught. The only way to be successful is to work for somebody else. And then, like I said, you lose that job and you have no idea where to go. If I'm not, maybe I am, but I want to be the first one to tell you that that's not life. That you can create your own job, your own way to make money, your own passion, your own purpose. You don't have to work for somebody for the rest of your life. And what I mean, and what I want to tell you with this video is the best way to create that passion, that job that you want to have, is you got to learn about yourself. See, I had no idea about learning about myself. I always learned about, like I said, in classes, I learned about all the math, the science, social studies. I learned about other people and history and all that stuff, but I never was taught to sit down and actually ask myself, what do I want out of life? Because I was constantly forced other information into my head. But the day I graduated high school, I started thinking. And then somehow I stumbled upon Gerard Adams. I call him my online mentor, and I really believe it was because of him is why I started Motivist, why I started this journey, because I fell into this series these guys called Leaders Create Leaders. And he goes around the world and interviews all kinds of entrepreneurs and business leaders, and they give their tips and their secrets to success, and they tell them how they did it. So I started watching these videos, and the same thing seemed to flow through every video, and they were talking about how, you know, they were never taught financial freedom. They were never taught about themselves in school. They were only taught about the basics, which for some reason people think is a huge deal. So I kept watching these videos, and I was like, man, I want to do the same thing. I want to create my own business. And I started thinking about all these ideas, and I almost pursued one, and I was told not to do it, which was a terrible idea. I should have done it anyways. And then I stumbled upon Motivist, and I learned that from watching these videos of Gerard Adams and all these entrepreneurs and Peter Vuge and all this stuff, I loved the information they were giving me. So I decided I would take that information and I would relay it back my own way, my own, being 19 to people my age, and show them that there is something different than what we're all told. And so that's one way. Another way to really learn about yourself and personal development is books. You can go to the library. It's a free membership. You go there and get personal development books. I know it sounds silly and you feel like, oh, I'm developed enough. I can learn stuff myself. But seriously, guys, these books that you can get from the library and all the stuff you can get for free can teach you so much. One of the biggest books that you can get is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And when you read this book, it tells you all the steps on how to become successful and ways to do it, and write down your dreams and goals. And seriously, when you're doing it, you might actually learn more about yourself than you ever have in your entire life, because it challenges you to do these things, to write down your goals, to write down what you want out of life, write down how you want to impact people, how you're going to do it, and game plan your life. See, school, college, they don't make you do that. You go and learn about math, science, social studies, all this stuff, but you never truly learn how to develop yourself. And that's why I believe these books, these videos, and all this stuff is so important. A third way, and I think it's one of the hardest ways for people to understand, is to always be a student. And you may have heard this before, but this is such a big deal, is to always be a student. Because if you're always a student, you can always learn. If you're always a student, you can always get better. But the day you become the teacher, you lost automatically. You failed right there. Because the day you feel like you're the teacher and you can only teach people and you have nothing to learn, is the day that you stop improving. It's the day that you stop developing. It's the day that your dreams may end. Because guys, one thing you will always learn about life is you got to always improve. The grind never stops. The hustle never stops. Nobody waits for anybody. So if you want to really achieve those goals and everything you set out for yourself, you got to keep pushing and keep driving and always stay hungry and always really stay a student, and really seek out people. A while ago, I was sitting at a Waffle House and I was really thinking about learning about real estate. What's up, man? I was really thinking about learning about real estate and get into that world. And I heard this guy talking about real estate and taxes and all this other stuff, and not even kidding. We left Waffle House. He checked out. I checked out right after him. I chased him out in the parking lot. I said, hey man, we got to meet up. I need to know what you know. I need to learn exactly what you know. And now he comes to the Bible study with us and everything. And I know his name's Chris, really smart guy. And just because I reached out to him, now I have that knowledge he has, that he learned all at my expense, because I decided to become a student right that moment and chase him down and do something nobody else does. So you hear when you're a kid, stranger danger, and it does exist. But the person you might think is a stranger might secretly be a millionaire, might secretly know so many good steps to become successful in life. So don't be afraid to approach people for conversations, to sit down at a Starbucks and have coffee and learn from them. Because I got another thing to tell you. Every single person on this world has a story. Every single person on this world has something that they can teach you, that you can learn from, and you might be able to apply what they're teaching you to your life, and that could be your next step to become successful. So those are three main areas I feel like you have to have down and understand to really learn how to get there. The videos, the books, and always be a student. Always try to learn from everybody. If you really apply those to your life, I feel like you will really learn more about yourself than you ever had in all the years of school you have taken. I feel like you'll really develop, and you might even find your passion or your purpose through this way. Another thing, guys, don't pressure yourself. Don't feel bad if you don't know what you want to do yet. If you're a young teenager and you don't know what you want to do yet, don't rush it, because that's one way you won't ever find out. See, when you pressure things and you really try so hard, you're going to wear yourself out and you're never going to figure it out. So just let it flow. I like to say, just look into your daily routine. Try to find something that you love doing and you almost can find yourself doing without even knowing you're doing. And that might be something you can pursue as your passion. See, as a kid, I would talk to a lot of people and give them advice. And I do not want to call myself a guru. Don't expect me to be a guru. I want to learn. I don't want to act like I know it all. I'm just giving you guys perspective that I have. But as a kid, I would talk to my friends and give them advice, and I felt like it was pretty good advice. So then that's how I came across Motivist, because I loved helping people. I saw the help I got from these videos, so that's why I started Motivist, so I could help people my age. Hopefully show people my age, or however old you are, that anything is possible. And that's why I started the clothing brand Motivist, to show you that you can build nothing from something. Guys, today, I find myself with the same question I'm talking about today, is how. You see, I was about to order my clothes for this next drop of Motivist, and I got the invoice for the price of how much my bulk order was, and it was, no kidding, $600 more than I was expecting. And literally at that moment I was thinking, oh no, how am I going to do this? I don't even have the money. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So I pulled some extra money from my bank account and I'm gonna do it. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is when you chase something and you're looking for a how or a why or a what, it doesn't matter. See, if you really truly believe in it, if you really truly believe that it is possible and what you are doing is something that you can achieve, if a how comes up or a what or a why, you bypass it and you do it anyway. Because at the end of the day, what you believe in, what you truly love, what you truly have a passion for is what you have been put on this earth to do. And like I told you guys before, if you keep chopping at it and you keep pushing at it, you are gonna get it. So if something pops up, overpass it, bypass it, and do it anyway. Whether you have to borrow some money or you have to borrow somebody's time or anything, you gotta put the work in. Because at the end of the day, when you die, you're gonna wanna be doing something that fulfilled your life. Because if you worked for somebody else and you didn't want to be there your entire life, you're gonna die with regret, wishing you chased that passion that you knew you had, but you couldn't figure out your why or how you're gonna do it or what you're gonna do. Just do it. Don't worry about those other things, man. Your passion is meant to be chased. It has been given you for a reason, so go after it. So if there's one thing you can take out of this video is don't even think about how. Don't think about how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna afford it, how you're gonna get the time. Just do it and really seek other people's advice and other people's opinions because you may need it. That might be the missing link to your $1 million idea, is somebody just giving you that little tidbit of advice that you might need in your life. So I hope this video helped you. I hope this video inspired you. I hope you guys enjoyed the change up in the setting. I was on this walk today, man. I just had these great ideas and I had to share it with you because I'm so that's almost honestly the biggest reason why I started Motivist, is to show people that anything is possible. That's why I started this brand, is to show you that a 19-year-old kid that didn't go to college, that had a dream right out of high school, can create something massive, and there's nothing that can stop you. So if you have a dream, a passion, or goal right now, don't think about how, don't think about what, just do it. Just chase your dreams, and I promise, whenever you die, however you die, you're gonna die fulfilled and happy and satisfied because you didn't settle for less. You didn't follow that model everybody told you to follow. You made your own path, your own purpose, your own legacy. Let's get it done together and make it happen.